Hey everyone, it's Jason Dunn here from Digital Home Thoughts, and this is my review video of the Dell XPS 7100 computer, or the Dell XPS Studio 7100. It is obviously a desktop computer from Dell in the XPS line, so it's their sort of high performance slash gaming line. What makes this computer a little bit different than your typical XPS is actually the price point. You're going to want to check on Dell in your local countries, because of course prices will in fact vary. But the interesting thing about this particular tower is that you can get a 6-core system with a big hard drive and lots of RAM for easily under $1,000 and potentially even around the $800 mark. So again, check prices in your own country, but this system has a lot of value in it. So let's dive right in. If you've already watched my unboxing video, you already know all the specs and kind of what my first impressions are. I've had a chance to use this system for a few weeks now, and I just want to walk you through some of the performance tests I did, and you can see what the system is like if you're kind of using it day to day. Now, this is a no-brainer, but obviously a system like this is more than capable of playing 1080p flash, and so I just kind of wanted to show you that. Again, it's a no-brainer, but for some strange reason, people ask to see things like that on a desktop computer. Any computer with a decent graphics card will of course be able to do 1080p video. Now let's get into the PC Mark score. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit so you can check out the PC Mark score, and I'll read it off for you here as well. Looks like my camera is kind of blowing that out a little bit. The PC Mark suite, overall it scored 6,165 PC Marks. The memory suite was 4,232. TV and memory suite 5,063, gaming suite 4,906, music suite 6,512, so 6,512, communication suite 7,285, productivity suite 6,276, hard drive test suite 3,918. So what do we learn from all of the scores here that you can't see because they're all white? Overall, it scores quite well. It scores really well in the communication suite and the music suite. That 6-core processor really helps. The TV and movie suite obviously scored pretty high. The gaming suite's only 4,906. And what does that tell us? That tells us that the 5450 GPU, the graphics card that's inside this machine here, it's not a great graphics card, right? It's going to be okay for some gaming, but it's not a super high-end graphics card. There is an option, I think Dell has an option to get this system with a 5770 ATI card, and of course that would give you more performance. But let's do a quick demo here. Someone requested this, so I installed Fraps so we can actually take a look at the frame rate so I don't have to guess. So I'll go in here now, I'll show you my options. I'm running this, this is a 19-inch monitor right here, and I normally have a 24, but I thought it would be easier to show the system on the smaller monitor. So I'm running it at 1280 by 1024 with anti-aliasing off. And normally I like to run it with anti-aliasing on, but as soon as you put anti-aliasing on, the frame rate drops by probably almost 30%, even with 2x anti-aliasing. So it's not super cool as far as that's concerned. Again, this is not a high-end graphics card, and it definitely has trouble with games like this. So this is of course Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So I'll just kind of run around here for a second. The frame rate right now is 26, kind of 27 seconds. You can see it down there in the bottom left-hand corner, 25 frames per second. And as soon as you turn on anti-aliasing, that actually drops to like 20 frames per second, 19 frames per second. It sort of sucks. So again, in terms of graphics, if you want anti-aliasing turned on, you can probably go ahead and downsample the resolution, like actually pick a lower resolution. It should work a little bit better. But again, in terms of hardcore gaming, you're probably going to want to get a better graphics card. But for kind of casual gaming and everyday day-to-day use, the 5450 ATI card that I have in here is pretty good. In case you're kind of curious, of course, it plays 1080p H.264 content really well. This is just a trailer from The Watchmen. As you can see here, it's playing at basically 60 frames per second, which is probably what the clip was encoded at. So not a big deal there. Now, ProShow Gold. This is another tool that I use. I'm just going to actually exit out of Fraps here. ProShow Gold is a tool that I use to actually encode video. And then I encode 10 photographs and make a 1080p MPEG-2 video clip. The MPEG-2 video clip is actually fairly high bitrate. I think it's something like 10 or 12 megabits per second. Playback on the system is, of course, perfectly smooth. The GPU and the CPU handle all sorts of playback without any trouble at all, so there's definitely no issue there. Now, in terms of how quick did it do the encoding, the encoding on the AMD CPU, it did this encoding in 1 minute and 13 seconds, and you can compare that to the Intel Core i7. It did it in 39 seconds. But the AMD was clocked at 2.8 gigahertz. The Core i7 was clocked at 4.2 gigahertz. It's my overclocked custom system. So not exactly a fair fight, but it does give you some benchmark in terms of the overall quality. Now, what did I like or what did I not like about this particular system? It does come with a little bit of crapware kind of pre-installed. Not a ton of stuff. It comes with McAfee, pre-installed here. I'd probably uninstall that. It comes with the I think there's an Office 2010 trial. I'd probably uninstall that. But yeah, overall, there's not really a whole bunch of stuff on here, so not really a big deal. It does come with the Windows Live suite. There's some nice stuff in there. The Dell toolbar up here, I actually talked about that earlier. I probably, if this was my system and I was planning on keeping it, which I'm not, I'm going to be sending it back. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. I would disable the overall, the toolbar up here. Now, what do I think about the system itself in terms of, sound levels and things like that? It's actually really quite quiet. I was quite impressed with the chassis. The fans are fairly quiet. The CPU, even when it's gunning pretty hard, the overall chassis keeps the noise levels down quite a bit. I really liked having the integrated media card reader up here. Having this flip down panel with 2 extra USB ports is also pretty cool. And up top here, which I showed you in the unboxing video, there's that panel, sort of like a little dip in the chassis that you can put, your iPod or your phone or whatever, and you want to charge. So pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen maybe a couple more USB ports on the back. On the back of the system, if you watch my unboxing video, there's actually only 4 USB ports. Now, it's 4 USB ports in the back, it's 2 up top, and then it's 2 more on the front here. So you do get 8 overall. But I kind of prefer to plug most things in the back, so I would have maybe liked to have seen 6 or even 8 USB ports in the back, but overall it's not really a big deal because you do get the added USB ports kind of here and there. So what do I think about this system kind of overall in terms of value for the dollar? I think it's a really, really great value for the dollar. The 6-core CPU inside the tower provides you with really good performance, really good value for the dollar. This particular system comes with 8 gigs of RAM, and if memory serves, I think a 750 gig hard drive, so you have a ton of storage. And again, it's well under $1,000, and it should be in pretty much every market around the world. So check Dell locally for the pricing. But overall, would I give this system a recommendation? Yeah, absolutely. 2 thumbs up from me. Like I said, I think it's really, really high performance, really good value for the dollar. If you're a hardcore gamer, I would definitely recommend opting for the 5770 GPU, or even going with the basic GPU and then maybe upgrading it after market, because again, you're going to want to have a better graphics card in there if you're a hardcore gamer. But if you're looking to do obviously any sort of general office work, if you're looking to do media encoding, a 6-core CPU is going to be great for any kind of video editing, really snappy responsive system, and I would definitely recommend it. So this has been Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts. If you have any questions, please post them and I'll do my best to answer them. Please subscribe to our channel, rate the video, and post a comment. Thanks a lot for watching.